the faster we finish this, the faster we can get to cheesecake.
Yeah, that's your goal.
End goal is cheesecake.
Alright, so where do you want to go, since you're going first? And we're back.
And we're back! Welcome back to the wonderful game of Monster Prom! Let's see...
You're doing good on smarts.
I was gonna say, I kind of want to keep going for smarts, because she's so dumb.
I don't know. Your charm's doing pretty good, too. And you're bold. In fact, I think you're more bold, smart than I am. And charm. Apparently I don't need charm now.
Let's go do smarts. I want to do smarts.
There.
That day you listened to your elders and learned valuable lessons.
I thought she was smoking. So
She
it's
looks
a pencil.
pissed. Sometimes, after all the monster nonsense and the dating gimmicks, you forget that attending class is supposed to be the primary activity at this high school. You gain +2 smarts.
At the end of the class, Mr. Slenderman hands back your tests from last week. You look over at Miranda. Who?
Whoa.
Oh, whoa. You haven't seen her this mad since she found out My Little Pony wasn't a documentary.
Unbelievable. An F on my test? But I'm the best at everything I do. Father always says so. I know what must be the matter. Mr. Slenderman is simply defective. He must be replaced. Let me just go online and purchase a new teacher. Or is it hire? Do you hire teachers? This one looks good. Mr. Roboto. The robotic teacher who does exactly as you asked. But what's this? It seems this backward school district requires some sort of reason to fire and replace a teacher. Apparently impudence isn't sufficient. Quick, help me come up with a reason Mr. Slenderman should be fired.
Mr. Slenderman, are you kidding? I can show you at least a dozen images of him stalking children.
Fair.
Let's Photoshop him into a picture of KKK meeting. Your choice on this one, I have no idea.
I think maybe photoshopping him would make her happier.
Yeah, give him a racist
Because
thing.
she just said that she was happy that I'd want to steal teeth from children. Maybe she wouldn't find that as offensive.
Well, and that's kind of where it's like, you're a bunch of monsters.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a bad thing. So I feel like this would be more bad because it's racism, and then you've also got species of different monsters, like her, for instance.
Okay. I'm on that one. Not so free. Dang it.
I'm sorry. I tried. I tried to use good reasoning.
I also thought that maybe the other one wouldn't be really that bad.
And you stay up all night photoshopping Mr. Slenderman's non-face into a picture of a bunch
That's
of
true. I guess
clan
I didn't
members.
think about that.
You think you did a pretty good job, but it's hard to be sure. Slenderman's face doesn't exactly give you much
Didn't even think about
to
that.
work with. Yeah, I didn't think about him not having a face either. You send the photo to Miranda to distribute, but when you see her the next day, she doesn't seem happy.
He denied all of it, and they believed him. He said it must be another guy with no face who radiates an aura of malevolence. And he said the no face in the picture didn't look anything like his no face, so the non-mouth was totally in the wrong place. Your performance in this case was truly unacceptable. Perhaps I'll replace you with the robot.
Harsh. Miranda buys a robot replica of you online. It beats you up and steals your clothes. No one believes it's you, but you're still naked. You lose -2 money and 1 creativity.
That's fine.
Sounds like it could have gone worse than that.
Yeah.
So,
Although I didn't give her happy feelings.
damn it, I was actually gonna go for smarts this time.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I just thought about that. I was like, fuck.
You do boldness.
Could. Yeah, fuck it. I like it. I like that picture a lot.
It's got little arm troll things.
Like little shadow men.
That day,
Puppets.
you skip class and just hang out in the bathrooms because you respect no authority. On the way there, you run into Mamimi, the Oni girl. Mamimi, the Oni girl. She offers you some of her weird Japanese energy drink. You take a sip. It tastes crazy as hell. You need to check the contents of this shit. Guarana seed extract, Benazide 50 grams of caffeine, and 100 megagrams of boldness? Well, it wasn't bad at all. You gained +2 boldness. Thank Mamimi and proceed to the bathrooms.
Afterwards, you discover you've been poisoned, and only Vera has the antidote. She does this all the time. It's how she invites you to hang out.
Hey there. There you are. Thank you so much for coming. I'm embarking on a new criminal enterprise, and I need a concierge. What does that word say?
Consoler? I have no idea what the hell that is.
I'm gonna Google that word. Oh,
I'm sorry.
Never mind. I won't Google that word.
I was just gonna say, moving on, and then...
The idea is simple, yet brilliant. Think Uber, but for killing people. I call it murder. But it turns out the market is flooded with assassination apps, and blood. I need a way to get ahead of the pack, since you're such a good advisor. Free-range organic murders.
Literally. That offers free range. Viral marketing, literally tailor a highly contagious virus to make people love murderer. I feel like that would be the good one.
For Vera, it probably would be. You can do that? Great. You can use my private chemical weapons laboratory.
I'm happy I had enough smarts for that. And so...
This is working better than I could ever have imagined. Demand for murder has gone through the roof since you released that virus. Sure, the side effects include vomiting, bloody tears, male lactation, cobra feet, time dilation, rigor mortis, and rectal teeth. Ooh, God. What is cobra feet? You just have scales on your feet? I was like, cobras don't have feet. Renegade spleen, microaggressions, sudden tattoos, hair trauma, liquefaction, and topping. But it's well worth it for the profits that I'm raking in. Plus, I'm making a literal killing, selling people the antidote for all of those side effects. It's not actually an antidote, though. It's actually just heroin. Same difference.
Did you know they used to give heroin to babies as a cough suppressant? Yeah, the real world is exactly as amoral as this video game. But whatever, you gain +2 creativity and 1 money. I'm doing good in money.
It's trade places. The order is decided based on how shitty it would be for your country if you were the president. Start debating now.
Just want to random this one?
I don't think I would be a shitty president. Fuck you, game.
No one ever would. No one ever does.
No one ever does think they'd be a shitty president?
Yeah.
I feel like
I know it,
our
you know
current
it, everyone knows
commander-in-chief went into that office thinking he would be the shittiest, but he would be wealthy and it didn't matter.
No, I think he thought that he would be fantastic and everyone would love him.
No.
Because he's wealthy.
He's
And
so
not just a
delusional.
politician, he's not politically correct.
I really think he has a mental disorder.
I agree.
Let's go, random. The dice count. Don't give me that look. This just means that I've gone first
4 out of 5.
2 times this game.
Let's do this!
Alright, so where do you want to sit?
Let's start with Mermaid Bitch. I didn't leave such a great impression last time. Alright, I'm trying to comprehend your request.
What is there to comprehend? It's really simple, Miranda. Take my cell phone, snap a pic of me face planting in my food with my eyes closed and tongue out.
But wherefore?
Is that supposed to be what for?
It says wherefore.
Right, here, Miranda. I'm about to point out that wherefore means why, but luckily Polly elaborates on her own so you don't have to look like a fucking know-it-all. It's a new meme, Miranda, like planking or dabbing. It's called food poisoning, and it's dope AF. Don't you have cool trends in your kingdom?
I suppose we do. Oh, we have a fun trend called Revere Your Rulers. It's where you show nothing but the utmost devotion for the royal family. And if you're good at it, you get lots of likes on social media and also not executed.
Do you ever listen to yourself when you speak? I bet you know some pretty cool trends, don't you, Persephone?
Persephone.
Persephone. Heck yeah, you do, don't you?
Heck yeah. I surely do. It's entitled Silverware Wear. It's where you take your utmost expensive cutlery and dress it in tiny it's a text. It's called design.
Well, I feel like this would pander.
I would. Let's do Silverware Wear. Really? How have I not heard of this trend before? Beautiful silverware and fancy dresses are two of my biggest passions. This trend sounds like it was invented for me.
It may have been, but by you, on the spot, but there's no need to go into that.
What's your favorite meme? Spiked salad forks and velvet evening gowns? Seahorse steak knives in frilly skirts? Teaspoons and tea dresses? Ooh, she's blushing. She's getting really excited about that silverware. I'm kind of disturbed by her.
This trend is no words.
Yes, the glory of this spectacular combination would leave me speechless as well. If I were I not so excited to create more memes with Persephone. We'll have to meet up soon. Bring all your utmost exquisite chopsticks, and I shall bring doll clothes in which to dress them.
Yeah, totally. Hanging out with Miranda sounds amazing. Guess it's time to go out and try to find some exquisite chopsticks.
All right.
Right. Well, I'm gonna go here. You approach Liam and Vera's table to find them thoughtfully tasting several glasses of wine. This school has literally no rules, apparently.
Ah, wine, the most exclusive of beverages. Even a vampire such as myself cannot resist its class and allure. Do you know a lot about wine then? I'm having a dinner with the King of France next week, and I could use some pointers. France doesn't have a king anymore. That's what the media wants you to think. So do you know about wine or not? Alas, my centuries of living, I've only learned how to look good holding wine, not how to evaluate it. All I know is that I'm not drinking another glass of that one.
Vera points at a bottle with Polly's toilet wine written on it in permanent marker.
What I wouldn't give for an experienced sommelier to help us judge which wine is best.
You know nothing about wine, but you're pretty sure most sommeliers just make stuff up anyway. You suavely recommend...
Try the sangria. It pairs well with seafood and blood. The tannins in this robust Malbec are elegant way to mask the taste of poison, perfect for diplomatic missions. That sounds like a Vera.
Yeah, that one sounds definitely Vera.
Why would you want to disguise the taste of? Oh, You're gonna poison someone. Of course you are. You're always poisoning people. Quiet. No, I'm not. People in no way directly associated with me are always poisoning people. And soon they will strike again. France have suffered under its unjust king for too long. Plus, he called me fat at a party once and I was 11. Who is this king you keep talking about? I'm telling you, France doesn't have a king anymore. Soon, ma'am. Soon.
We're so thankful to you for solving her assassination problem. She lets you braid her snakes. You get bit a few times, but it's so worth it.
Does she haven't? How do you braid snakes?
That sounds like a task, just in
Wouldn't
itself.
they just, pull away from each other? That's all braids are, is just loops.
I don't know, dude. Whenever you choose a food, say your choice out loud, and the rest of the players.
Cheese.
I'm gonna go brownies. Or is decided based on how powerful an energy drink whose key ingredients is the selected food. Well,
Probably brownies.
yeah, I was like, I think mine because it has a lot more sugar. Cheese is
Although
delicious, though.
cheese is as addictive as heroin. Just saying.
Cheese is also penicillin.
Hell to the yes. But it probably wouldn't spike your energy too much.
Yeah, it wouldn't make an energy drink. What's the dog doing?
Biting
Alright.
his dick,
Oh. Okay.
licking his balls.
Just fucking making weird noises over there. I guess that's good reasoning to make weird noises.
He's trying to scratch his nuts with his mouth. It's hard to do.
It sounds like it.
Alright, Mr. I need smarts. Oh, he's so cute!
A day you learn a ton of spells that are all as cool as they are seemingly useless. Spell to renew stickers' stickiness. Oh, shut up! Doing things. Spell to turn chocolate and vanilla ice cream into vanilla and chocolate ice cream. A spell to gain +2 smarts. You actually use that last spell, and you gain +2 smarts.
Why can't you just continually use that spell?
Right? Makes sense. During class periods, you discover a severed horse head in your locker. It has a note in its mouth telling you to meet Vera ASAP.
I'm so glad you've come. I have another crime problem which would benefit from your insight. Thanks to your input, murder has cornered the market in app-based assassinations, and yet the other crime lords don't take me seriously. Just because I'm not 45-year-old man with some scary scar, those sexist morons think it's just a phase for me. Since when did having a killer body and flawless skin disqualify a girl from a life of crime? It's disgusting. How can I show these chauvinist goons what crime really means to me? Come on, think of something. You're my most trusted advisor.
Quit crying, they'll come crawling back once they see how bad it is without you. Write a song about it, all help.
Both of those sound awful.
Yeah, these sound bad for me either way. I feel like the crawling back one might be the better option here, because I don't think writing a song is going to help her.
I am agreeing with you. I don't think they would take her more seriously with the song. But I also don't think she would appreciate saying that you should quit crying.
Yeah, no.
But it's the second half that might... It's up to you.
I'm not charming enough.
You know, if this advice was coming from anyone other than you, I'd ignore it. But you haven't been wrong yet. Fine, as of today, I'm quitting crime. I'll let the other bosses know. I'm sure they'll be so pleased.
A few days later, you're getting a manicure with Vera when she gets a mobile notification and practically screams.
Those punks, you know, the Ice Pick and Hungry Mark invited all the other crime lords to the beach for a barbecue. They're posting pictures on Instagram. They're having so much fun selling heroin and murdering each other without me. I wish I was there. I could murder all of them. It's so much better than they are murdering each other. And do you see how Joey the arsonist is cooking those burgers? They're not even close to rare. They're so lost without me, and they don't even know it. I should have never listened to you. Some advisor you are.
Rare doesn't leave any more horse heads in your locker. You'd think that would be a good thing, but it's symbolically of a loss of a trust between you. You lose -2 fun and -1 charm.
Damn.
Let's do this!
I'm sorry.
No, both seem bad.
Let's see. I want to be more... let's do more charm, I guess.
Nope.
No.
Store.
Oh, okay.
Store's on it. I almost clicked.
Let's do more creativity.
Creativity.
Amphitheater.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's badass. Look at that sad face.
That day, while rehearsing for class, play it as though the muse themselves have descended to give you, figuratively, oral sex.
Oh.
Your performance is so intense and inspiring, it will be remembered for generations, which is pretty rad by high school play standards.
Yay.
You gain +2 creativity.
Hell to the yes. You catch Miranda monologuing about her problems to no one. She often does this. It's like she's accustomed to having a royal scribe following her everywhere she goes. Oh, whatever shall I do about my army? We haven't had a proper war in months, and the soldiers are becoming ever so anxious. I've tried sending servants to give them tummy rubs, and even putting extra leaves and sticks in their cages, but they just kill the servants with the sticks. I never thought managing an entire branch of the military would be so challenging. How can I possibly keep my soldiers entertained?
1,000 piñatas. That's just the one that I highlighted, so I read it.
Divide them in half and make them fight a practice war.
That might work. She is dumb.
She does already have it that. She already gave them sticks.
True.
They have sticks. I want to go with piñatas. Let's do it.
Right. Not so fun.
Don't you keep up with current events? Our last war against the piñata people of the Miranda's Trench. Even if there were any piñatas left in the world, which sadly there are not, I'm afraid an influx of piñatas would merely remind my poor soldiers of that the happy war years are at an end. That would be cruel, too cruel, even more cruel than what we did to the piñata people.
Disgraceful.
No, don't speak. I will hear no more about this.
This explains why you had such a hard time finding a piñata for your last birthday party. It does not, however, explain why you wanted a piñata at your birthday party. You dork. You lose -2 fun and 1 smart.
Womp
Wow,
womp.
we both fucked up that one.
Something happens to Persephone!
Ah, something happens to you.
How completely random and
Let's do
unexpected.
this!
You're doing something healthy nighttime jogging when suddenly a chariot pulls up by aquatic horses, not seahorses, emerges from a nearly fountain. What? Emerges
Nearby,
from a
probably.
Nope. Well, it
I
says
know.
nearly.
That's probably what they meant.
Yeah.
A nearly fountain.
Fountain.
Maybe they just wanted it to sound fancy.
How does that even work? Anyway, a door from the chariot opens, and unsurprisingly, it turns out to be Miranda.
Ah, Persephone. You seem like a trustworthy person.
Well, you certainly like to think so.
I need to let you in on a secret. And don't tell anyone this. I'm a princess. And I've been keeping it undercover because I think I'm falling in love with a mere commoner, Oz. Why do my people want to go with you?
Because I'm hot.
I've thrown some hints here and there, and like always wearing my crown, or casually and subtly mentioning that I'm a princess every 3 or 4 minutes. But soon it shall be time for the plot point every good romance where my true identity is discovered, and they must accept me as the princess that I am. Now, this always turns out just fine in the movies and fairy tales, but alas, here in the real world, dictated by logic and reason.
She can't mean this one, right?
There are some very confused people who think that my kingdom's benign and helpful invasions of other kingdoms are unfair, and therefore are against the monarchy. Naturally, I'm anxious as to how someone like that might react when they finally learn my incredibly well-hidden secret that I'm a princess.
What of Oz? How does he feel about this monarchy? Feel free to throw me under the bus.
The monarchy, he loves the monarchy. That's why he voted to never vote for the class president again, instead choosing someone based on divine right. Oh, you hadn't heard. Oz has a tattoo that says Dan worked the Portuguese on his chest. Okay. Down with the Portuguese? No, that's dreadful. Up with the Portuguese, up on pedestals, up to the rooftop, clip clop, clip. That's a dreadful tattoo to have. In my kingdom, we would have that terrible tattoo removed immediately, by immediately having all the skin removed. So much faster than laser removal, and people say my regimen is cruel and unfair. I shall see forthwith about having Oz's skin removed. And at the very least, I shall have him removed from my list of potential prom dates. LOL! It's not a prank until one of your friends loses, or until your friend gets filleted. So, success. You gain +1 fun. I feel like she...
Alright, so I think we should leave it here. Because we're at the end of the week.
I feel like she might be more into fun and smart as books. And I feel like I got bad choices. But yeah, let's leave it here and go...
Go throw the dog.
Go throw the dog.
Go throw him into a bush so he can pee on it.
Throw you under the bush.
Alright, well, we'll be back.